Foxclan Publications, stepping into the light.
Hey, welcome to episode 2. This is Wesley.
And I'm Matt.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about my current project, which is called Hotel Hell. Now, this book takes place during 2015, 2016. This was when I lived in Missouri. Of course, we were officially at that time practicing paranormal, and we stumbled across this place that we wanted to investigate. But we can never get permission. If you don't get permission, then you can wind up in jail. And I personally don't want to be a bad man's boyfriend. So, we went to get permission. Well, we ran across a couple that were investigators, and they had permission to go in the building, so they invited us to help them out because they didn't have as much experience in the paranormal as we did. So we went out there. Little did we know, this place was going to be the worst we'd ever seen, the worst we've ever been a part of. And that is definitely called Hotel Hell. This particular place was in Forsyth, Missouri. Back in the day, it was an old hotel. In fact, Al Capone and some of his cronies used to go down there, and that was one of their little hideouts. We'd go stay in a hotel and we'd hang out. We'd raise hell. And then later on, through the years, the host of Price is Right, Bob Barker himself, when he was a college student, was a bellboy at this place. Because, he went to college there in Springfield, which just wasn't too far from this place. The actual name of this building is the Historic Honeymoon Hotel. We got to go in. We investigated, and honestly, the first investigation, I wasn't too impressed. I didn't think it was that bad. We went a week later, and things turned dark real quick. Now we had 2 psychics with us. There was Chris Cupid, and then my ex, Melissa, which was a great psychic. And we were in there for probably an hour. And then she came back down and said, hey, we have to get out of here. There's something bad, something dark coming. We have to go. And of course, with my ego, I'm like, I ain't scared. Let's go. Let's take care of it. Well, I got outvoted. So we all went. We had to go back and forth this place 3 or 4 times. Nothing really happened. We get a few EVPs. Nothing too spectacular. We had one evening, my best friend Jim Ebden, he brought down his niece. Yeah, she had been on some investigations with us, so we decided, hey, let's go take her to the hotel. That didn't work out so well. Needless to say, she went there, but the girl we took out was not the same person. Enough to read a book to know what I mean. Because I tell you what, it was bad.
I've seen some
We have survived. Eventually, I'll release podcast. I might release that video to where she's under possession. Yeah, not receiving possession, but we're talking about real possession.
It's eye-opening to see, too.
Real scary stuff.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons I named this book Hotel Hell. But this is the complete story. You know what happened then, what happened after, and then there's even going to be, you know, what happened to everybody since the book, or since we stopped investigating there. And to give you a hint, most of the couples that went in there are no longer together, including me and Melissa, of course. Now I'm married to Nikki Dixon Fox, the great woman that I met here in Ohio. I'm going to turn this over to Matt. Let him talk about his upcoming project, which is exciting.
And it's crazy that I've thought about going on one of those expeditions with her, but it hasn't happened yet. But I believe we'll have better experience of that in most places anyways. Anyways, I've met and named Malik just to talk about my upcoming project. My second book is also based off of a real case that happened. I'm not going to discuss who it was or anybody involved, just for their privacy and to make sure that I respect, especially the person that lost their life. Malik is going to again be sent back in time to stop a murder, but it's going to be a completely different case than the first one. He's going to have to not only battle himself, but he's also going to have to battle the negative spiritual aspect, the one that's going to fight against him, because in this book, Satan feels that those souls are his. So Malik has to fight that because he has to save the souls of not only the person that he's saving from their death, but also from another person who he meets and becomes friends with during the story. And at the same time, he has to figure out what the motive is of the murderers. My books aren't really mysteries because some things are revealed from the get-go. They're more about how does he get from point A to point B, and how does Malik save, in this case, Holly. Holly is the one that was the victim, and you'll read about what happens to her at the beginning of the story. So how does Malik save this person? How does Malik figure out what exactly is going to happen? And another difference between this book and the first book is that Malik doesn't completely know this case like he did the original one. So he's learning as he goes. So not only is he battling himself, he's battling the negative spirituality. He's trying to figure out what exactly is his direction in this case. He's trying to figure out if the person that's his friend is someone that's truly his friend, because he just makes this friend when he gets on the case, or is it someone that's involved in the plotting? He's trying to figure out who a suspicious person is that he doesn't know that keeps popping up. Is this person involved? Is this person related to the killers in this book? So I'm hoping that this book will be a lot of fun to read. I'm having a lot of fun writing it, but I'm not even a third of the way done with it yet. So it's taking a lot of work and a lot of thinking through how I want to tell the story. And there's a nice little twist because David also has makes an appearance in this book, and you're going to learn more about who the character of David is. So I'm actually going to do a side project about him as well. So David is going to be helping Malik throughout this, along with someone else that is kind of mysterious that you don't know who it is. So there's a lot of things to put together and a lot of entertaining aspects of this book, and I do think a lot of people will enjoy reading it. So that's just an overview of what my second book is. Again, it's probably going to take me, at least till the end of the year to finish it, maybe a little bit longer. But I really look forward to everyone's reaction to it. And I'll turn it over to Wesley a little bit.
So if that book has as many twists as the first one, I'll probably cuss him again. But if I was trying to help him just meditating on that first one, so I was reading it and getting my idea of it. And I had to cuss him several times because it just twisted and turned like it went in a direction you didn't expect. So that's one thing I can say about Matt's books. They have those twists and turns that you don't expect. To where mine's a little more straight up. For his, he leaves out half of the wrong thinking, and it screws you in. That reminds you of a lawyer.
He says that, but he loved every minute of the twists and turns.
Oh, honey, it turned out great.
It's good that his books are straightforward because they're real. A lot of them are, most of them are real life. So it makes sense for those to be straightforward, whereas mine are fiction or inspired by real events, turned into fiction, I should say. So we have come from different angles, but there's an element of the paranormal in both of our books. Leslie, why don't you tell them a little bit about what we hope to do with Foxclan Publications? It was, after all, your baby.
Well, it has been off and on. You kinda stepped in and kind of give me a foot in the butt, made me get everything going again. But mostly what we want to do with Foxclan. Eventually, we haven't got it set up yet, because my wife does all the technical website stuff, because she's the smart one. Don't tell her I said that. Well, said against you. I help us get the website going. But once we get that going, I'm there posting videos on there from investigations, but we'll have links to buy the books to where you can buy the books directly from Matt and I. You can hand-sign copies that way. Or if you just want an ebook, you can get Amazon.
Yeah, that's right. So we're going to provide a way for you to contact us. We might want to set up like a Patreon or PayPal or something to make it easy. And then we get the order, we get the books in, and we'll send it out to them, provide hand copies. So at some point, we'll get that together.
And I know eventually, this hadn't happened for a while, but I'm going to start making different paranormal devices, and we will sell it off of that website as well.
That's right. You were telling me a little bit about some of those components, so of course we're going to keep that private, but can't give away our secrets.
And the extra you want? So with the extra lights, your night vision lights that costs a crap ton of it, you go to different places to try to buy one. I'm hoping to be able to sell those a lot cheaper eventually, which you can never find them online. And that's what I hope. Depends on inflation, because we know inflation's killing everybody but right now.
Yeah. I remember also, just in relation to the paranormal, you actually have a video that you might want to share and talk about that actually shows a spirit on the camera. I saw it with my own eyes. And I remember editing one of your stories that talked about that situation. It was quite interesting.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about me and my wife, we decided to go investigate the Buxton Inn in Greenville, Ohio. We stayed the night, and of course we asked for the most haunted room they had. And, well, we got it. Of course, my wife made a comment, something about the spirit being a bitch. And the next thing you know, she felt like she got slapped across the face. And her face, a big red spot, just like she got slapped. On the video, because we were getting ready to go to bed when this happened, we had night vision camera going, it's just one that kept something dark across her face. It goes one side to the other. And that's the same time she felt the slap. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so there's a lot of interesting videos that I've seen that he shared, and I know he's a lot more than he shared with me. So I'm pretty sure we'll have some episodes where we discuss some of those situations. We'll discuss, of course, other things we're working on. But we definitely hope that you enjoy these stories, and if you have stories to share with us too, we would love to hear about them. You can, talk to us in the comments or private message us. Something that we could do in the future is maybe share some of these more personal videos that you have on a Patreon, to where, people that are members that really want to see it, can see it there. That way, the people that get kind of scared or frightened by these kinds of things, they wouldn't see it.
Yeah, and I also have a lot of EVPs
Yeah.
that we can eventually share too.
Those EVP, we find out that there's some foul-mouthed ghosts out there, huh?
Oh yeah. I haven't told the joke. Well, off how many times by a spirit. More than my wife has told me. That's pretty good.
So it's quite interesting. But is there anything else you wanted to go over today?
No. Well, I can think of, but we've covered a lot of what we want to do. I'm hoping to have Hotel Hell done. I'm hoping by June, which is my birthday. We'll see. I was hoping by February originally. Good luck with that.
Sometimes it takes longer than we'd hope to. Plus, the editing process is a whole other nightmare.
And it will be a hardback book, and it will be available from an ebook on Amazon, a Kindle version basically. And then me and Matt are also working on trying to figure out the audiobooks.
If I have to do those myself, I will.
Because, Foxclan is all about doing it yourself.
Yeah.
Because, you go to these other places to, for... Basically, we're going to cut out the middleman because the middleman wants to screw with the other man. Big time. I've heard too many stories. And then they're all connected, so if we would happen to say something wrong in one of our books, they would cancel us. No thanks. We're going to do it just like this.
We're going to be uncancelable. But you've told me stories about people that have tried to self-publish through a smaller publishing company, and they get thousands of books, but if they don't sell them, they have to pay back.
Yep.
Every dime.
And they lose money to write a book, which I think is just ridiculous.
Yeah, you shouldn't ever lose too much money. I can see losing a little bit, but that could break a bank. So we're hoping to make it to where that never happens to anybody. So that's what we're hoping.
If you're maybe a person that has an idea for a book, but you don't know how to do or how to get started, holler at us. We'll see if we can help you out.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things that you can use this day and age to help you, including something that I'm going to be sharing soon with Wesley. AI, you can actually have AI help you write a book. So, but we'll give you other tips as well. So definitely contact us. We'll provide ways to contact us down below. And we're working on a website. We hope to have that up and running soon. Make sure you click on our books and order them. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell everyone about our books. I think everybody can enjoy the books from all walks of life.
Saying if you want something nice and scary before Halloween, I have several.
Indeed. After editing his books, I can definitely guarantee that there are some scares in his books. All right. Well, I think that's all we're going to cover today. As we go along, I'm sure we'll get longer podcasts, and especially as we start interacting with people and, have more communications. We do hope everybody enjoyed this podcast. We're going to continue doing these. We're hoping to release 1 or 2 a week. And until next time, everyone have a great day. Thank you for tuning in to Foxclan Publications.
I was just going to say, remember, Foxclan Publications.
Do it yourself. That's right.